So in this video, we are going to learn how to add Google Sheets row in PostgreSQL. Let's say you are adding some data from multiple sources in your Google spreadsheet. And the new rows of data which you are adding in your Google Sheet, you want to add the exact same data and save it in your PostgreSQL database as well. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. In this automation, as a new row of data will be added in Google Sheets, instantly within seconds, the exact same data will be inserted in our PostgreSQL database as well into a specific table. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this complete automation all by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen. So as you can see, this is a Google spreadsheet in which I'm adding the details of some new leads. So I'm adding the ID, unique ID of the leads, name, email, mobile number, city, age, gender, and some details. Now I want that whenever a new row of data is added, whenever in a new row I enter the details of a new lead over here, I want to add the exact same data of a new lead and insert it into a table in my PostgreSQL database. Now to do this, we have to connect this Google spreadsheet with PostgreSQL. And we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration platform to do so. Now to get started with Pabbly Connect, you will get a free sign-up link in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After creating your account and coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here. For that, just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as Google Sheets to PostgreSQL. Then just select the folder of the Pabbly Connect account in which you want to set up this automation and click on create. And as you click on create here, you can see the workflow will open in front of us. In this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger step. Now the idea here is first we have to connect a Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever we add a new row of data, whenever we enter the details of a new lead in our Google spreadsheet, automatically the same data will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. It will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the same details of a new lead and add that data as a new row in our PostgreSQL database. So let's see how it is done. Here in our trigger step, in Choose App, search for Google Sheets and select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in trigger event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet with our Pabbly Connect workflow. And to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet in which we are entering the data. After coming to the sheets, we will just go to extensions, add-ons and click on get add-ons. After clicking on get add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google spreadsheets. You just have to install this same add-on and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing your Google Sheets, once again we'll go to extensions and this time you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks. This add-on is added over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us three different things. First one is selected sheet, the second one is the webhook URL and third one is the trigger column. Now it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet you might have created multiple sheets over here. So the data of a new row from which particular sheet we want to send to Pabbly Connect, we have to select that. Right now in this Google spreadsheet I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected sheet 1 over here. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here in the field of webhook URL, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet in which any of our data exists. So in the background, you can see that the column G is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which we are entering any data. After column G, in any of the column, none of our data does not exist. So I'm going to enter the trigger column as column G. And then just click on this send test button. After clicking on send test, it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of the very first row after headers, the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect. So here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, in this trigger step, you can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same lead, of the exact same row number 2. We have the same name, same mobile number, we have the same ID, gender, same email address, city, and age as well. This means we have successfully connected this Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And after doing this, just click on this submit button over here. After clicking on submit, it is showing us that the setup is configured successfully. We will just close this dialog box over here. Now once again, we'll go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and you can see this option of send on event. We just have to select this option over here. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added till our trigger column, means till column G, then immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect. Now the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Google spreadsheet with our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to send the same data which we are receiving from Google Sheets in our PostgreSQL. For that, we will scroll down, come to this Actions tab, and here in Choose App, we will search for PostgreSQL. Just select it. After selecting PostgreSQL, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Insert Row into a Table. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here, we have to connect our PostgreSQL account or PostgreSQL database with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the username, password, host name, database, and port over here. Now, if you have created your PostgreSQL database, you must be having all of these details. You just have to enter these details over here and click on Save to connect your PostgreSQL account with Pabbly Connect. I'm going to just select the existing connection which I've already created and click on Save over here. After clicking on Save here, you can see our PostgreSQL account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. And after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the table name. So in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the tables which we have created in our PostgreSQL database. So in my database, I've created 4 tables over here: employees, Facebook leads, jot form responses, and new leads. So you can see all these 4 tables in this drop-down. And from this drop-down, we have to select the table in which we want to add the data from Google Sheets. So I've created this table named as new leads over here, in which I want to add the data which we are getting from new leads. So I'm going to select the same table over here. After selecting this table, all the columns of data which we have created in this table over here, you can see all of these columns are added as fields over here inside Pabbly Connect. So we have ID, created at, name, email, mobile number, city, age, gender, all the columns which we have created in this table. In PostgreSQL, you can see all of these columns as fields. Now what we have to do, the details of a lead, the data which we have received from Google Sheets in the triggers tab, one by one we have to send all of these details and add them into this PostgreSQL database in this particular action step. Now to add the trigger step responses to this action step, what we have to do, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of ID over here, and then here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets. After receiving all of these responses here from this drop down, we are going to select the response of ID and it will be mapped over here. In this way, whatever ID we are going to enter in our Google Sheet, the same data of the row will be received inside Pabbly Connect, and using this automation, we are going to send the same data to PostgreSQL as well. Now we are just going to keep this field of created at as blank over here because I want that PostgreSQL should automatically add the timestamp at which we are adding this data. Then it is asking us for the name, so we'll just use the same process of mapping. Click here from the drop down, select the response of name and map it. Then we are going to map the email address over here. Then we are going to map the response of mobile number too. Then let's map the response of city. Here is the city. Then let's map the response of age as well. And at last, we are going to map the response of gender too. So after mapping all the details into the respective fields, what we have to do, we just have to click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the data which we had in our Google spreadsheet, this data is now added as a new row in our PostgreSQL database into this particular table. So let's check it. We'll just go to our PostgreSQL table and refresh this table once. And yes, here you can see that the exact same data which we had in our Google spreadsheet is now inserted in our PostgreSQL table. You can see the same ID, we have the same name, same email, same mobile number, city, age, and gender as well. This means the automation between Google Sheets and PostgreSQL which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. So after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. For that, I'll go back to the Google Sheet, and here in a new row, we are going to add the details of another lead over here. Let's say this is the lead ID which we are entering. The name of the person is test user. This is the email address over here which we are entering, test@pabblytudes.com. Then the mobile number is this. This is just another dummy mobile number. The city is, for example, Mumbai this time. And the age is 30. The gender is female. So just now what we have done, we have added a new row of data in our Google Sheets. And as we add this data, you can see instantly within seconds, the exact same data will be added in our PostgreSQL database as well. So we'll just go to the same table over here. And within seconds, you can see that the same data is added over here. We have the same ID, same name, same email address, same mobile number, same city, and the same age and gender as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this is working perfectly fine, and we have also tested this automation in real time. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find a clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can just do it for absolutely free. So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.